Hi, welcome back to Talk of the Town. Anthony Long drops by the show today to share the opening of his new business, Trapped, an escape room. Tony, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So what exactly is an escape room?
Basically a hypothetical situation where you are locked in a room and you need to start finding clues and objects that help you move along in the scenario to where you eventually escape.
And so what made you develop this escape room?
I basically did one in Charleston, and I did another and another and another, and fell in love with it quickly to where I started to look back into my hometown to see if there was any around, and discovered that there was only one and none in Bluffton. So I decided to move back to Bluffton and open one.
And so should people be scared?
No. Everyone assumes there's some sort of scare tactic or claustrophobia. There's none of that. There is some scary objects and scary things to look at, but nothing that is going to necessarily jump out at you or things that hurt you. It's all just family fun. It's meant to open your mind a little bit and also open some locks and combinations and discover new things that help you move along in the scenario.
And so is it for an individual, one at a time? Is it for a group of people? How does it work?
It's mostly a group.
Okay.
The smallest group is just 2 people, and they still manage to get through. So, but your ideal, you want to be anywhere from 4 to 6 has been putting up some of the best times. A group of 8 to 10 can come through, so we can do events for some people. Just keep in mind that up to 10 people, it gets a little bit little crazy.
And so what is the theme of your scenario?
Right now we're doing a serial killer theme. The May River murderer is still loose. You find yourself trapped in his house, and you have to start putting clues and locks and unlocking things to start working through his house until you eventually escape his front door.
And who do you find enjoys these escape rooms? Can it be like any age group?
I've had all walks of life come through.
Okay.
I normally don't charge for anyone that's 10 years and younger, but I have had them come through and they're still engaged in the scenario. They still actively play a role. I've even had some Sun City folks come out and they've done pretty well. They actually really enjoyed it. They didn't think that they were going to get through, but it's very, very fun to see all walks of life get actively involved, and once they see what the scenario is that they have to deal with, that they start to actually play a role.
Huh. That sounds really, it sounds really unique. So do you have another theme?
I am currently building a second theme, which is going to be a jail breakout scene. So I'm building it, just started, so that will be coming in the next few weeks to a month.
And so if people, they come as either a few or a little bit of a larger group, is it just one room or one group at a time?
It's one group at a time. It takes an hour, and you start in one room, but you work yourself through 3 separate rooms.
Okay.
So you're not stuck in one room the whole time. You actually unlock a door and move into the next room. And most people think you have to solve that room in order to move on to the next one, but you might actually have to backtrack a little bit.
So this is pretty, a pretty creative, I think, new idea around our area. So what's your background?
I actually worked at Pedals on the South End for quite a few years before I moved to Charleston, where I got into aviation. I did aviation for 8 years up there, and once I left that, I kind of was struggling to find something that kept my interest up, and that's when I did my first escape room just with some friends and absolutely fell in love with it.
And you've basically molded these rooms yourself, right? You're doing the you're creating the rooms.
Yes, there are some companies that are franchised, so they get help from their franchise, but I'm completely independent. I've pretty much brainchild about 60% of this room. The rest of it is Google and YouTube.
Yeah, how fun. So where are you located?
I'm in Sheridan Park, right behind the DMV in Bluffton. I'm kind of still new, so I don't have a sign that's big and bright up front, but Suite 17, and I'm pretty much dead straight back right when you come in.
And what are your days and times of operation?
I'm pretty much open every day. Bookings are online, If there's no bookings, then obviously I can go get lunch. But if you do book, then I'm there.
Okay. Tony, thanks.
You're very welcome.
Thanks so much, and best of luck to you.
Thank you.
And we'll be right back with Talk of the Town.